Last player standing.
Oh? Hey guys, Joel's here. We're starting something new. We're giving away one free coaching session every week. Watch until the end of the video to find out how. Enjoy the video. All right. So currently silver 2. So 135 damage per rounds. KD a little under 1. Headshot 16%. So it looks like we're losing some gunfights.
Pretty bad aim.
Okay. So you think, like, if you had to guess, would it be more aim reliant that you're struggling with, or?
I do okay in like training range and like deathmatch, but like in real game I just whiff.
Okay. I mean, we can figure that out exactly why that's happening. Maybe we're thinking about too much stuff. Okay, and you play smokes usually?
Yeah, mostly Brim.
Brim, good. Okay, yeah, looks good. So be a Brim mainly, Omen sometimes. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, so we never really want to be holding an angle. This is a big one. I'm he, him.
Right here.
I am him, actually. Timothy.
Spike planted.
Try and wait for your team here, I think. Yeah. So anytime you want to retake like this, we're just going to wait. I wouldn't even smoke anything off because we're pinching them from, every angle. All right, now we start working up maybe. Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Probably backside here. Yep. Nice job. So anytime you're retaking or you want to retake, always just be thinking, where's my team? Can someone play off of me? If no one can trade me, or I'm not in a good spot to trade, then that's when you're going to want to wait, right? They just wait for them to rotate. They're in a good spot. Okay, now we go in together, right? Also, try to avoid holding angles. It's good to like kind of jiggle peek and be ready for it, but you don't want to just like sit idle holding an angle because usually you get punished for it. Yeah. Like this is good. And I wouldn't even take that fight. I usually just jiggle peek for the info, right? So I kind of want to jump peek, or you could just jiggle like that. Yeah, and then just kind of get the info. Especially, so this round 2 with the Spectre, they're probably going to have like a Sheriff or something. You don't really want to take that long range fight.
Right here.
Could you help me with my ping whenever I play? That's an internet issue. You're going to have to call tech support, all right? I am not that guy.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. Ooh. Yeah, so in this instance, our teammates probably should have been playing together here, but it's fine. It ended up working out. But like seeing Sova on site by himself, it's kind of scary, right?
Smoke's down.
Okay. Oh, nice try. So what you want to do, I think our smoke was a little bit too late for main. Like anytime you hear any sort of sound whatsoever, I'll just immediately smoke right away. Because the goal of the smoke is to stall them before they actually push. But if you push right as soon as the smoke drops, you can't really watch the smoke, right? So the advantage that you get when you throw smoke down is that you can hold it. So then the second they come out, you kind of punish them for that. But if you throw it late and they're already through, you don't really get much value out of that. Ooh, damn, what a shot. I'm noticing like anytime we have an opportunity to kind of hold an angle or something, you usually want to not, right? Like 9 out of 10 times holding angles, you're just going to get punished for it. So especially like if they're going to be looking right at where you're standing, always keep in mind, like, where's the enemy looking? And if they're going to be looking right where you are, then you don't want to be holding from that area usually. Nice. Oh, whoa. We got cooked. You have 2 bullets, careful.
Right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Always check your bullets right before you doing something like that, right? So what you're gonna want to do is before retaking, I usually reload, right? I just want to make sure that I have like all my bullets before pushing in, especially like in a 2v3 like that. You're gonna need all your bullets for that because you're not gonna have a time to really do it. Other than that, welcome back. Who was the youngest person you coached? I coached a 13-year-old kid once. Yeah. Other than that, I think I've coached like a couple 15-year-olds or something, and that's about it. But yeah, the 13-year-old kid, I think he was like bronze. He was bronze or something, and no, he was iron 3, I think, and then he got to silver within like a week or something. Careful with pushing through walls like that, right? So what you want to do, you always want to make sure, like in your mind, you want to be avoiding any sort of situations where you're put in like a 1v2 1v3 situation. And when you swing a wall like that, especially without a flash, there could be, if there's ever like a possibility that there's like 3 people there or 2 people there, it's better not to peek something like that, right? So
this is the harbor also. I was like, good.
Yeah, I'd probably run away in that case, right? Like I see the harbor ults, I'm by myself on site, it's just fall, right? And then just retake. It's okay to give up sight sometimes. Stop, pause the video right now and go subscribe. Thanks. Yeah, try and smoke here. Yeah.
Launching smoke.
And long too. Yeah. Try and help our Sova too in sight if you can. Quick.
Spike down A.
That stuff. Okay. We need to be looking at the minimap a lot more.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Last player standing.
Nice job. Good trade. Okay, anytime you're rotating, always stare at the minimap. You need to stare at the minimap and try and get as much information as you can there. So if I see my Sova on site and he's gonna fight for site, you want to rotate and try and get there on site so you can help him out before he dies, right? Realistically, it's kind of a mistake for him to stay on there, but it's fine. We can make it not a mistake by helping our teammate and fighting on site with them so we can trade him out. You always need to be thinking like, how can I trade as much as possible? And how can I be put in a situation where my teammates can trade me effectively, right? I'm but a small fry to someone like him, you know what I mean? Whoa, okay. So that third smoke isn't good.
Plant the spike.
Oh, nice try. Okay. So it was good the way you guys took sight. I think the fights that you took were fine as well. But I think the third smoke that you threw at logs, don't throw that smoke. So usually what you want to do with smokes is to cut off choke points, right? And the reason for that is so they can't, you know, shoot at you while you're crossing to sight. But if you smoke off logs like that, they can actually play behind it. They can play in it. You kind of give them a lot of space to work with. And it kind of cuts off your team's vision too, right? So you were taking fights back sight, but your jet was smoked off, so she couldn't help you. So I think if that smoke wasn't there, I think you guys would have won that fight. So one thing you want to do when you are lurking, so it's good. I like the fact that you are lurking when you're saving. You want to make sure that your teammates are making like a lot of noise and dragging a lot of people, and usually on the other side of the map. So if you make a lot of noise on C, or one person or two people made two sounds like on C, if they're putting a lot of attention to C, I would probably be lurking up A or something. That's something that they were like, why would he be up A if my teammates are C, kind of thing. It does indeed. Nice. One backside. Careful. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, anytime you're planting, look at the minimap. Like, stare at the minimap and see, like, is my team watching me? If not, it's way more important to make sure that everything is clear and that you're being watched before you even plant. If you're not being watched, you should not plant.
Last player standing.
Oh? Oh, I saw a world where you win that. Dude, nice try. Joel's pyramid scheming. Oh, that's right. All right. Overall, I think your aim is actually not bad. I think you're too hard on yourself about your aim, but it's more about positioning. Also, tracing. Our tracing and tracking, I think, could use a little bit more work. Let me hop into the practice range and show you some stuff that'll help with that. Okay, so with our smokes, especially as a controller, you want to use your smokes preemptively rather than like a reaction to when they're already up. So basically, like, if I hear any sounds, or I hear like, yeah, like even if someone's like, oh, a couple mid, I'm just gonna immediately like, or I hear some sound mid, I'm just gonna immediately smoke for them or something. Another thing too that you want to do, so you usually want to kind of position yourself in a way that you can kind of smoke things like from everywhere. So probably playing more towards the center of the maps than the outskirts of them. Sometimes you're kind of forced to do it, but I wouldn't really be playing C by myself, only because it's like you can't really even smoke anywhere, right? Like, you can smoke mid, I guess, from C, but you can't smoke A for them. But if you're playing somewhere like garage, yeah, we could probably smoke A for them, right? At least short for them by the time we kind of rotate. So this would probably be a better spot because we can hit like shorts, mid, garage, and C rather than only just mid, garage, and C if we're playing on the C side. Another thing too is like, if I hear any sound or a dart or whatever is coming this way, or I'll jump spot. If I see anyone, the second I see someone, I'm just gonna go immediately smoke, right? And then just chill. But usually you want to kind of just be playing for information in this case, rather than like trying to actually go for a fight. Like, if you're just sitting here holding this angle, you're kind of committed to a fight, because by the time you see him and try and hide, it's already too late. I think we're gonna die, because in this game there's peeker's advantage, right? So whoever's peeking actually gets to see first. So if they're coming around the corner, they get to see you before you see them. That's what peeker's advantage is. So basically, when you come around the corner, you actually get to react faster. And if you're standing still, I come around the corner, you're standing still, I'm just gonna one tap you, right? And then they're gonna be like, oh. First thing is, when you are spraying and you are bursting, you're letting like your crosshair kick up like this, right? You have to pull it down. Whenever you're gonna spray or burst, you gotta pull down your crosshair so it looks like this. You don't want it looking like this. So the best way to practice this is just going to a wall and literally just like shooting like this. and bringing the crosshair down. Then when you have this down, that's when we can kind of like practice on the boss. How to practice this is like missing the first shot, using the third or fourth burst to kill them, right? And this will make it so it's like, okay, I understand. As long as you're not whipping from here and letting it kick up, let's just like go like to the side of the head, miss, and then the fourth bullet kill, right? This is like a best way of practicing our burst to make sure that it's level. Okay, tracing. This was like the biggest thing that I noticed that we kind of struggle with. So go in the practice range and do this exercise where you're going to be flicking, right? So you're going to go from here to like here. Not a full 180, but pretty decent, you know, flick. And two, you want to just do this and ask yourself, is this comfortable? Like, am I comfortable doing this? If the answer is no, then I think we have to up our sense a little bit. But this should be comfortable. This entire movement here should be natural. Like, it should be something that you're like, okay, this isn't hard to do. I can see myself doing this in a game. And if it is, then your sense is completely fine. Now, if it isn't, I would definitely recommend upping it a little bit. And I know you mentioned you struggle with some micro adjustments, but micro adjusting could be practiced. It just comes down to how uncomfortable this really is. But it's like, if it's something that you're like, all right, I can work with this, then you're chilling. So don't even worry about it. How to practice our tracking and tracing. So this is going to be a big one for you. You're just going to pick one bot and you're just going to follow his head and literally just run around like this, right? And trace his head. And you want to be close when you do this, okay? So usually people with low sense, they struggle with doing this close. And then when you get this, you just back up and you can try to do the same thing here. And this is how you work on, you know, micro adjusting our aim as well as good practice for long distance. Guys, free coaching every week. Join the Discord in the description box below. If you want to try out other coaches, go to coaching.joelstv.com or click the link in the description below. They're all Radiant players. They're great people, and I personally vouch for them myself. Good luck climbing.